Hi guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Anna.
This is the Geeked Up Gamer Review Group, and today we're going to bring you a review of Space Movers. Apparently Anna doesn't know the title of the game.
I knew what it was, I just wanted him to say it, because
Yeah.
he always makes me say it.
Space Movers 2201. What's really cool about it, first off, before we get into it, actually I'm not going to say anything because we'll show you guys in the box unboxing and everything. Showing you the components, so you guys can just wait for it. The really cool dice mechanic. How do you want to describe the game? It's kind of...
It's a co-op.
It feels kind of pandemic-ish. If you guys play Pandemic, it's kind of like that on how you deck the cards up and get them all situated.
Something unique about the game is it comes with a comic book.
Yeah.
And a rule book. So the comic is not just in the rule book like Takenoko, where it's just like a light, tiny little comic strip. This is actually like a full-blown story with characters that you're introduced to in this comic book. And then the comic book leaves off as to like what's gonna happen. So then you go into the game and you resolve what happened in the comic book. So there's a nasty military force, and then there's you. Like, you're like the good guys, you want to help, and then you're set off on an adventure with a bunch of people, but you know the nasty military people are gonna come and get you.
Yeah.
They got us.
I'm trying to think of a series that's like that, but I don't know any series that's like that because all the space adventures, it's always the good guys that are the military, sort of.
Really? Like at the Republic? Good. I don't know. I wasn't into Star Wars.
Yeah.
Those guys in the white, aren't they bad?
Yeah, they're bad, but they're not the government. That's Vader's crew.
Oh.
Anyway. Like, I don't think that, the only thing that I can think of is Avatar, where the military was the bad guys and they were trying to take over the world of the alien race, which was the Avatars.
Well, you see, like, they just have a dictatorship, really, and it's...
Yeah.
But anyways, it's a really fun series.
Anyways.
Not series, because there's not multiple comics, but, like, you feel like you're going through the adventure when you play the game, so that's why I say series.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and go over to the box and show you guys the components. Show you guys a actual full playthrough.
And it's not full, is it?
It is because we lost.
Really
we didn't
early.
get past the first adventure card. So it's adventures 1 through... Is there actually 5 adventures? And that's a whole series?
Yeah, there's 5.
I know there's 5 cards, and then there's 2 sides to each card.
Right.
So you do the first side, and then when you trigger that, you do the second side, and so on and so forth. But yeah, we ended up getting caught by the UO ship. So let's go ahead and go over there, and then we will tell you guys what we think about Space Movers on the end. Alright guys, so here we have the box to the Space Movers 2201. Are you ready to go on an adventure? This is a K&A Games, a game by Kevin and April Cox, C-O-X. Let's go ahead and open
the back.
Oh, you want to show the whole box first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a cooperative game for 2 to 7, and they've got their back all laid out. This is a prototype, and I have to say it's a really good prototype.
Yeah, this could almost qualify as a printed final copy.
Yeah, I was kind of...
They've even got their barcode already.
Yeah, look at that. So they've got the picture and the explanation, what you get in the box.
Yes.
And open it. Now the game is based off of a comic book. It's a comic book written for the game. So that's what you have to read first. So you get your comic book that's beautifully illustrated.
Yeah, there's no series before this. This is the beginning of...
Right. And it's really kind of a cool thing. I've never seen a game that did that.
Yeah, it did a before story.
Yeah. Well, kind of. All of them kind of have a little before story, but that one's kind of in-depth and kind of cool. Then here's your rule book. It's full color. Very well laid out. Easy to reference.
I mean, there's some games out there that have stories and they have the game, but...
Yeah. So that's our rule book.
Having a prelude.
Then we have... There's the UO token, the Liberty token, and then a drone. we'll get into that during gameplay.
And we have the play cards of each of the characters.
Now,
and they're
I
all
want
going
to
to have
say
their own attribute.
they should have like these cases are really, really cool. They're really thick. I think that they should have a Kickstarter stretch goal to include these.
To sleeve your character cards.
I don't know if that'd be worth the cost, but.
And then the back side, they're all the damage. So when you take and you get damaged, then you'll have your damage side. Oh, somebody say injured and some say damaged. Oh, this is damaged. The other ones are injured.
Well, that's because they're
Oh,
robots.
that's because these are robots and these are all creatures.
Yeah.
Humans and aliens. Gotcha.
And then for your character, you have a little icon, or what are these called? Tokens? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But those represent the characters.
And here are the dice. And we're going to save what is really special about the dice and the new mechanic that has been applied in this game. Some of you may have already seen it, but we'll save that for the gameplay on why those are special.
And then right here we have the cargo
Tokens?
cubes. Yeah.
The cargo crates?
Then these are your cards. You have a select amount of each type of card. And I don't think the game will come with this little box here. It's just kind of to keep them packaged neatly. It's really kind of cool.
So if it does come with that, then awesome.
And these don't have back art on them. I'm sure they'll get that on the final. But they're really nicely illustrated, full color. So.
And these are, for prototype, these are wooden tokens with just eyes glued to them. What is these? What's the technical term for these?
I think eyes.
They're just eyes? Eyes?
Let me.
Okay. Well, these are eyes.
UO eye markers.
And they're heightening the difficulty of your checks when you do your checks on certain places. This will
Universal
measure.
Oversight.
This is
UO
the
markers.
UO markers.
Eye markers.
Okay, UO eye markers. And this will be the marker to count
How many eyes you have?
how many eyes have come out, and then they'll go up the board. And then we have the green marker that measures your resources. And the coin. The spacecraft enemy will be moving around the map, and he always moves towards our ship. Whichever route is closest or fastest, he will always go that route. And then if there's like a tie, like it's 3 planets or 3 planets, you'll flip the coin left or right on which way he'll go.
And then that coin also marks whose turn it is. And
well, that's what we used it for. Is that really what it is in the rulebook?
Yes.
Okay.
And here is the game board. It's nice and big. Full color, beautifully illustrated, little spaces. Everything has a space in this game. That's really nice. Except for the main cards, but
There's plenty of space because we're playing in space.
right, space movers.
Yes. So.
And then you're missing a component.
Well, not really because I was saving it for last. But
Oh.
okay, so this is also a component during gameplay, and why? And I'm just, I'm really excited to show you guys the new mechanics. So we're gonna go ahead and show you. You can either play with this
Which is beginning
inside,
basic.
or you can play with this inside. And now we're going to show you why it's so significant. And this is where the dice come into play.
Now you have to make skill checks like you would in like a role-playing game or...
Yes, and depending on what character is who, then they'll get these, and then they'll get extra attributes from their character cards. And what you'll do is you roll the cards into the box. Okay, so that's not the mechanic. This is the mechanic.
Hey.
Throwing them in there, trying to change the roll of another dice.
But he wouldn't have wanted to change that one because...
and I'm throwing them out of the box.
You are. You're getting too aggressive with this.
Oh, man. Oh.
So zeros are bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you
Okay.
want 5s or greater on all checks, and
And
then
on this board right here, the checks is an automatic success. A X is an automatic failure. So you're going to want to try and knock those off. And then you get one last.
This is the final cube I've only been able to do it one time. I think we had like 2 twos or something, and I hit it, and they both rolled over to a 6 and an 8 or something like that.
Go ahead, shoot it. Try and move one.
Try hitting both of them.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, only hit one.
You made it a fail. 5 and up is success, and 0 will actually, these dice in final prototype will actually have a little medical symbol on them, and that actually means that you're damaged.
Oh. I thought they would have their each symbol, like the one purple guy has wrenches, and then the medic has the healing logo snake with a pole.
They all will have.
Okay, that's cool.
So that's really kind of a cool mechanic that this game has. It's different than.
We'll go ahead and jump over to the gameplay, show you guys how to play it, and show you how this is going to interact with your gameplay.
We're going to show you how to set up your deck. So you separate your cargo, UO pursuit cards, your event cards, and your reaction cards. You start with your cargo, and you shuffle them. And then you take 5 cards at random. Not random, but like off the top shuffled. You take 5 and you flip those over. Those are now your discard pile. And then you take your reaction cards and your remaining cargo cards and shuffle them together. And then you create 5 piles of 7. So how did I get so wrong with counting that one? Okay, so you take those and your 5 sets of 7, that's your cargo and your reaction cards, and then you take your pursuit and your events and shuffle them up. And then you take 2 for each pile. These cards are really slicky. They're hard to... And then same thing here. And 2.
And then these all get shuffled?
No. Well, each individual pile gets shuffled. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yes. Each pile gets shuffled, and then you stack them one on top of another. So that is your draw pile and your discard pile set up. You also have this card right here. That is your UO pursuit detail. That will, and your event detail, that will show you what to do.
And then we have the adventure, and there's going to be 5 cards for that. And once you get to the destination that it says, you'll flip that card over, and then you'll do its actions on here. Now this is the only adventure that's with the game for prototype. I think we're talking about doing more for the Kickstarter, and I don't know how that's going to work, or how they're going to do it, if it's going to be adventure packs or if it would just be cards you could randomly shuffle in here.
Furthermore, to set up, you start with the purple on the eye down there.
That's our objectives.
And then this, you can start it on easy, average, medium hard, hard. So.
What did we start on last time?
We start here. That's where they suggest you to start.
Oh, okay.
This is supposed to stay off the board, actually, so you can't see those here.
So we'll just have our draw deck and discard over here.
Then you take these ones and you start the Liberty on Earth. And the Liberty is this one right here. You can kind of match that one. And then you start the UO off the map. You can't really see that off the map, but it's off.
So yeah.
And the drone you put right here in the drone room. And then...
Do you want your character?
Yeah.
And
then you start your characters where they say you start them, and mine started in the kitchen. And then you have your cubes off to the side, your eye tokens, your dice off to the side. And then, whoops, whoa, that was a disaster. You take your guys, and I'm Gurn right here, and they have special abilities, and then their roll skills, what they're able to roll.
And I am Mede, and Herbie. So I have 2 characters, but they act as 1 character.
I think that's all for setup right now. We'll show you how to play the game. Alright, so we're going to show you gameplay of Space Movers. You choose a character to go first. You actually roll for it. But we're just going to say I go first, because I win, always. And first turn, you... Oh, well, Tim, you want to go first?
No, but you say you always win, so I'm making you roll.
Oh, fine. 4.
You go.
You didn't even roll.
I did too. I rolled it out there when I tossed you yours.
Okay.
I had a 9.
So, turn sequence is you draw a card. And you keep your cards to yourself, but it's co-op, so you really don't have to, like, keep them separate. And I got a reaction, which is something you play on other people's turn. You can have a hand limit of 5. So nothing was triggered by doing that, and then you move. You can move your character inside the ship, and that's 1 time. And so and you can move the ship.
You can move both?
Yes, I told you that 500 times.
Oh, I thought it was either or.
No, and I kept telling you.
Oh, that's why you kept yelling at me.
Now, I am going to move over here, because that action's going to take me... It's going to let me jump Liberty from its current location to an adjacent planet space as my action. Then you get your movement, and I get to move him. So as my action, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to bring him over to Abram. And then the cleanup phase happens. And the cleanup phase includes moving down this pawn, and then you move the UO ship if they're on there, but they're not on there because there hasn't been a pursuit card drawn. Then you discard down to 5 cards, and then pass the UO coin to the next player, which now Tim has it. And then also during cleanup phase, my character can, during cleanup phase, you may look at the top 2 cards of the deck and put them back in any order. So, I'm going to look at the top 2 cards, and with these 2, I am going to see that there's a cargo and there's an event. So I'm going to let Tim pick, well, yeah, I'm going to let Tim pick up this cargo because it actually says on Abram that we're there. So I'm going to let Tim pick that up, and then I'll leave the event for my draw, and then that ends my turn. So.
Okay, so I can move my guy and I can move the ship, but I will not move the ship. So as an action, did you put a cargo down? Oh, I have the cargo. My bad.
Did you draw?
There's the cargo.
You didn't
No,
draw
I haven't
the card.
drawn yet. I haven't done anything yet. Oh, you set the cards, that's why. Okay.
Sorry. Where were you starting? Medical bay?
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
where my guy starts. Okay. So, I guess I'm playing this card. So, you'll play this card in front of you on the table. It says, when Liberty is on Abram, you may play this card on the table in front of you. So then that, you will also, as my action, I'm grabbing this
And where do you have to deliver it?
cargo. I have to take it to Larsh. Here. No, wait.
Larson?
Oh, I thought that was an H. Yeah, Larson. It doesn't have the little hyphenation either on the card. Yeah, Larson. I'm not moving.
Your movement?
I didn't take any movement.
Oh yeah, because of that. Do you want to move your guy?
No. I don't think so. Is there anything we need right now?
Not really. So that ends his turn there. Then cleanup phase. So we move this down 1. We don't need to move the UO because it's not out. Discard down to 5. He doesn't have any cards in his hand. And we pass the coin. So now it's my turn. So I draw a card, which I know I'm drawing an event because of my ability. And this event says, Travel to the Muse to pick up supplies that were dumped by other movers. When on Muse, attempt the skill check below to receive 7 resources. And that skill check's down here. And where is Muse? Right here. Uh-oh. So it might take a minute for us to get there. So now on my turn, I get to, which unfortunately he was going to be able to drop off that cargo, but we're also going to get cargo resources for that. So I'm going to use my movement. I'm also going to use this action again here, and I'm not moving him obviously because I want to use that action. So that ends my turn. I go to cleanup phase, which we drop 1. Also, UO does not move. We discard down 5 cards. I only have 1, and I'm going to use my ability again that lets me check the top 2 of the deck. And unfortunately, we have an event. So I'm going to let Tim pick up another cargo because that also comes out. I'm going to arrange the deck the way that I would want to via my ability, and now it's Tim's turn. So you draw a card. I wonder what it is. Cargo?
No. Oh, I can't put that in. So at Kepler, we're going to put it on there on Kepler. And what was that, Muse? Oh, we had to do this in Muse. Okay, so I can move that ship?
Yep, your movement.
Do I need anything inside of our ship to move to? My
No,
robot?
I think you just need to
just check this? Okay, so now we're going to show you guys how you will roll your checks. Alright, so we've got the box set up to show you guys, and we zoomed in on it. So what I'm going to get to choose is the purple. Now if there was another person playing and they had the guy with the purple wrenches, then he would be throwing that dice, not me. But seeming that no one plays that character, I will go ahead and take that purple die and I will throw it in the box.
And you have to choose a random dice, or any dice, because of the intelligence.
Right. So I'll go ahead and pick my dice because I rolled the white one as my character, so it's just natural to take that one. So I will go ahead and toss this one in there. It has to be a 5 or greater. And it's a 4 right now. So now I can take this other dice and try to hit that one to try and change its number.
Oh.
6 and 6. Now you still have to roll this one in there as well, but just throw that one to where you're not gonna adjust anything, and you'll be fine. So 6 and 6.
Success.
So that's a success. And now we will go back to the board. Alright guys, so now we're back to the board. We are going to now resolve this event, and then after that we'll let it go to Anna. Do you want to, since you're in charge of the marker over there?
It says, when on the Muse, attempt the skill check, which he did. He succeeded, so he gets 7 resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that card is discarded. And now we do his cleanup phase. So we lose 1. The UO isn't here to move. And then discard down to 5 cards. And the coin is passed to the next player.
Which is that. There you go. Which we weren't doing. And also the turn sequence is actually put on the board, and it is as well on the back of your card where it says injured.
No, that's not.
Oh no, that's your turn sequence if you're damaged or injured.
Right.
Never mind. Go by this one if you're not injured. But if you are injured, there's a separate turn sequence for that.
Okay, so my turn starts, and I will draw the card, which I knew is an event. And this one tells us we need to go to Capri to grab some supplies. So we put that down.
Where's Capri?
Right here.
Oh.
And Capri actually is special. You have to attempt a check to get into it.
Yeah, apparently it's gassy rings.
And I'm actually going to move my character. You get to move your character and the Liberty. And I'm going to search the discard pile for a cargo and put it in my hand. So
that's what I realized. That's the only plan with rings. So it must be the rings that give it protection. You have to get through its whatever it's made out of.
Okay. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and by doing that, we put a cargo on Earth.
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at all the planets and realized that our planet is the most colorful.
And now I move the Liberty. On my action, I'm going... I already did that actually, so I needed to move first. Which I wouldn't have moved to Earth because that's all I could move. And so, I guess now it is Tim's turn.
So, I'll draw a card. Oh boy, there's a pursuit. So he deploys.
I didn't do my ability.
Oh well. He deploys.
Oh, and this was moved down.
Yeah. So now we do have a UO pursuit phase. I will...
And since I don't know what this card is right here, I would suggest that he should probably try and get rid of that.
Yes. But do I need to move my character? Do we need anything special?
Well, you can pick up a card over there, but...
Why is he sideways?
Oh.
I'm just making fun. What do you want to do with him?
It's your turn.
I know, but where would you... Obviously...
I would go here because you need to... You can pick up cargo, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my pickup. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's move here to Kepler. But as my action, instead of picking that up right now, we're going to take care of this, hopefully, UO pursuit. So, let's go to the box and throw the dice.
Okay, we forgot to do this when the UO Pursuit comes out. He did put this one here, but also an eye marker comes out where the Liberty is. And also... Well, where were you? You were here, right? When it came out?
Yeah, Earth. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it was here. There's that. And then the pawn moves up one.
Yep, so it's up one.
So now we'll attempt the check.
Alright guys, so now we're at the box to roll our dice. So we have to roll
A black.
a black one, a green one, and a color of our choice. So when it comes to the color of a choice, it would be someone else playing, and that's where that simulates in, and they would get their attributes.
You can roll another color though, but...
Yes, but we don't get the attributes of that player. Like if I rolled purple as my choice, the purple player would, every turn, they would, oh, that's during the cleanup phase though. There was a character here that could re-roll their dice on a little skill check here. Anyways, so we'll go ahead and roll the green one. It's a 3. So we need to change that roll. It's still a 3 and a 2. A 7 and a 5. So I need to change that 3 with this one. And I've been calling it a slammer. I guess that's a Pog's term. So, or the smasher, the hammer, whatever you want to call it. So I need to change that 3, hopefully, with this, and hopefully I don't miss. Oh!
Oh, yeah!
I hit it just enough to where
You didn't change the other one,
it.
did you? I can't see it from here.
No, it's 7, 7, and 5. So I cleared that one. The UO ship will now be moved from the board. So let's go back to the board and resolve. Okay, so we just completed that check. So now we will get rid of the card. The ship will actually move away from the board again. So he does not exist. We can now move around freely and not have to worry about him.
So that was your action. So
Yes.
now cleanup phase. And you move the UO ship, but it's not there. We move our resource marker down. Pass off the coin, which I actually still have the coin. We're really bad about that.
With 2 people,
And
you don't really have to
discard
remember whose
down.
turn it is.
So now it's my turn. So I draw, and oh, good thing we did that. Another UO pursuit.
So he comes back.
This one goes there, which actually is my dice anyhow. So on my action, what do you think I should do? You think I should... I can't pick up that.
Well, I mean, he's so far away right now, it's not going to really matter.
Should I try and get
Which
that event?
I probably shouldn't have. Well, it's good that I did because we had another one come out, but...
I guess it's my movement, so I do this one. And then I'm going to use this action to make another movement happen. So I'm going to try and do this one, which I have to attempt to check on. So we have to attempt the green one. So we gotta roll dice. I'm sorry.
They're still in the box.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go to the box real quick to roll that check.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt to check to go to Capri. And these checks are automatic passes. These X's are automatic failures. So I'm gonna try and get my dice, which I didn't, and it was a 3 anyway, so, and it's still a 3.
Oh no.
I failed. So I don't get to go to Caprice's turn, so we'll go back to the board. Okay, so I failed my check miserably. Tim was making fun of me after. So that ends my turn. I should have tried to get the view of pursuit. So it's cleanup phase. We move this down. He's actually out, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we flip the coin, and he's gonna go right.
To Kelvin.
So, now I'm going to use my ability to look through the deck and see what we have. And we're kind of good on these two things right now. We've got a cargo and a reaction. And we'll let Tim have the cargo card. He's good at that. And that will end my turn. So we'll discard down. I only have 2. So it's now Tim's turn. So Tim gets to draw a card.
Alrighty then. Alright.
One goes on Wells.
Yeah, you already knew that because you looked up the cards. Alright, so Wells.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. I was like, why? We forgot to pick something up, but never mind. Okay, so we're trying to go to Capri for this.
The event, correct.
Gotcha. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the box. We're
So-
going to try to roll for Capri because I'm going to try to move in there.
Now your movement. Do you want to move your character?
Yeah, maybe. Did I get anything like roll another dice or something if I move somewhere? Or
Well,
no?
how far away are you from there?
How far away from where?
Yeah, the drop off that you have that thing for.
It's right here.
Okay.
So
Well, then
should we
maybe
just
you
move
should
here
move to
and
the
just get here?
drone. No, I think you should move to the drone.
Oh, so he can. Okay.
Just, you don't do that action right now. But, well,
Right.
maybe I can give you an extra action.
But I can do this movement check real quick.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to the box real quick, do the movement check for that, and then we're gonna launch the drone. Okay, so now I'm going to roll the green dice. And I'm not going to attempt what Anna did and try to hit a check mark. Oh god, it's a 0.
Uh-oh.
It's still a 0. So, I failed even worse than Anna did.
And
So,
now he is injured.
yeah, and now... Okay, so let's explain why we get injured when rolling low.
When you hit a 0, you automatically get injured. So he's going to have to flip his character sheet over.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go back to the board. Because he can now attempt to heal since he hasn't used his action this turn. So we'll go back and do that.
So we're not going back to the board yet. I have to roll my check to heal in the box.
I
So,
would use the white.
I'm sorry?
I would use your white. Since you're the medical.
I don't think it really matters, but... So you'll go through... Are you sure? Are you sure? So I just do the action part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't get to draw the card and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So... I have to roll 5 on this. My luck sucks. It was a 4 and I made it a 0. So I stay injured, and now we'll go back to the board and it'll become Anna's turn.
So Tim just failed his check, so he stays on Abram. He uses action to heal, so now it's cleanup phase, which means we lose 1 again. And 1, 2, 3. Yep, so he comes toward us. And that ends the turn.
So that's you.
So now it's my turn. And I draw a card, which is a reaction. Oh, I meant to do that.
What?
I could have had you re-roll your card. Your dice.
Reroll my dice. Oh, thanks.
Sorry. So I'm going to attempt to go to Capri. And that is going to require a green check. So
See, here's the issue that I'm having, is that we should have just came here, turned in the cargo so we could get past objective 1. We could flip it over and then do whatever we needed to do next.
But we'd take a lot of hits if we kept having events roll on top of each other and pursuits roll on top of each other.
Yeah, I know, but we've taken 3 just trying to get into Capri.
Yeah.
Well, we could have just taken 3 on the events that double up.
Oh, where were we when that event came out? I mean, the UO pursuit. Because that moves up 1. Sorry, we forgot to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And then an I think.
That would have been Kepler. Because we've been here for the last 3 turns.
So.
Yeah, because it happened to Earth, I moved, and then you drew the next one, so it's Kepler.
Okay. And so we need to roll the check, the green one.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to hand you that, and then we will go to the box.
Alright, I'm going to attempt to move to Capri, and it's a 2. And it's still a 2. Okay, so we are not getting to Capri today, like ever. So, we'll go back. As my action, I'm going to attempt a check to get the UO pursuit off. So that is going to be a blue dice, which is mine, a yellow dice, and then another any color dice. And I'm going to stand up for this one. So you always roll your dice first.
Your dice.
And it's a 6.
Roll your dice.
It's a 7. A 1.
That's a fail. Automatic.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh,
it's a
I would have
fail.
said hit the purple and then.
I tried. That's what I was doing. So, yeah, I could never.
So
yeah, that would have
her
worked.
7 rolled on that red, so it failed.
Well, we're not cheating today, so sorry. Anyways, well, since we failed miserably at both those checks, or I did, it's cleanup phase. So we move this marker down. That moves closer to me. Or us, and I get to do my ability, which lets me look, and these are both cargo. Let's see. Do you have one for Capri? No?
No.
Where's Jean?
Jean?
Well, I'll give this one to Tim. So Capri, since that is next, so maybe we can do that. And that will end my turn.
Okay, so a drawing. Oh, you're giving me one for Capri. So we'll put a cargo on Capri. So I drew. I can jump the Liberty from its current location to an adjacent. And since... Are we trying to go to Capri still?
Yeah. But...
Yeah, well, our checks have been terrible. So if we don't make it in
But
there,
I can let you re-roll.
okay.
But you can't. Okay, yeah, you can do that.
So we'll go to the box.
Yep. And
Alright.
then we'll do the box 2 times and we'll let you do your action to do the...
Right, okay. So we are going to the box. Okay, so now I'm going to attempt the check to go into Capri. And hopefully I don't hit a red X. 5! I still have to throw this in there. Okay, so we're now going to Capri.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, okay, because that was part of movement. Okay. But now I have to go ahead and perform my healing check. So, I'll throw my white one.
Hi.
Nice, and it's not touching anything. So, I heal, I come back to life. Now I'm a living undead robot. Not really, I'm just a regular robot again. I got repaired. And now, we're ready for back to the board.
Okay, so this is cleanup phase. And this goes down 1. And now what happens is the UO reaches us. So that puts us at risk to be sent to interrogation. So what happens is it was Tim's turn. So he gets to roll a dice. Just roll it on the board.
Okay.
1 through 7, the character number goes to interrogation. 8, 9, and 0 or the medical symbol when you get your dice from the Kickstarter, that we get off with a warning. So do that.
Okay. So what if it doesn't roll our number?
It puts that dice out of commission.
Whatever number. Oh, okay.
2. That would be me. So I am no longer here. I am put into interrogation, and they will have to come and rescue me.
So, what? I don't understand. So I'm just alone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Okay, so are we allowed to just move?
So
again?
it's my turn, and
But can you still do the movement and everything?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. So we'll take a break real quick and be right back. Okay, the answer was easier to find than we thought. It was actually written on the board.
Yes. It says crew members here cannot move, roll, or perform reactions until rescued. So
Hold on.
basically,
I can let you change your roll. Here.
oh, you're playing that to make me change my roll?
No. Have another player re-roll the last roll you rolled.
Okay, so just for giggles, I hope it's a 2.
5.
Aw.
What is your number?
9.
Okay. So now that saved me. I was over here. And that is
Yeah, she doesn't like not having any say so.
5. It was 5, right? That is boom. So that's the purple dice.
Okay, so we'll just put that over here.
Nope, it goes into interrogation.
Oh, okay. What number was he?
5.
Okay, so just for reference, number 5, purple.
And now we have to rescue him to use that dice again. So.
But technically,
Okay, so since he got sent over here, the UO pursuit is taken off the board and the card is discarded. So that's good news for us. And now it will be my turn. So I draw my card. And that is over here. And that's Jean, which we already put that there. So, sorry, we had to go back and do something because we forgot about that roll. Anyways, so now it is, I'm going to try and attempt my check on the event. That's right here. And since I'm on Capri, I can do it. And this will actually give us resources, so that's a good deal. And the purple guy is not involved in this, so I get the red, white, which is Tim. You'll get to see how we get to throw feathers. So we'll do that check right now. Okay. So I'm going to roll my dice first, and that's my blue dice. And it's a 0.
I consider it throwing dice in this game.
So, oh yeah. And then I'll roll that one. It's a 9. Go ahead and roll yours, Tim.
Oh, Lord.
4. Oh, it was a 1. So we failed that check.
You don't have it where I can re-roll my die?
No, and it's my turn. I can't use it.
Yeah, because I rolled it.
No.
Oh, on my turn.
Right.
Oh, I thought it meant like when I threw a
Cheater.
die.
So we failed that, and we will go back to the board. Okay, so that was my action, and now it's wrap-up phase. The UO pursuit is gone. And then I get to do my ability, which lets me look at this.
You know, I feel a little relief in my chest with that guy not being on the board.
Yeah, I know.
Like, get away.
And this isn't good. So, there's another event coming out. I'll do it on my turn. But I will put it down. That one is going to have a purple dice in it, too. So, now it's Tim's turn.
Alright, I'll draw a card. Oh, now I get a reroll. Alrighty then. Where do we need to go?
You need to stay on Capri and get the event going.
Man, I'm tired of this event. I want to pop this first card over here. Okay, so I guess we're going to go back to the box and roll the dice to try and pass this event. Okay, so now I'm going to attempt to close this location and hopefully close this location. I mean, that's what I feel like because we've been here forever.
Pathfinder just crept up.
Yeah, try and get this dang thing. Either way, I'm trying to shut it down. Okay, so I need my white, I need my red, I need yellow, and I don't have to have the blue one in there, so I'll just roll by myself instead of having Anna involved. 7, 2, oh boy, 9, 7, and a 4 now. 2 and a 1. Oh, this is terrible.
And that was even worse.
And that bounced out and went in the floor. So I'm stuck with a 7, 9, a 1, and a 2. So I failed on 2 accounts. And I guess we'll just go back to the board.
Alright, so that ended his action. So wrap up phase happens. We lose a resource. The UO is not out. Exchange the coin. And now it's my turn. And I know that an event is coming up. So this one replaces this one. But this one does not get discarded. It actually gets set in a separate pile. And we lose 1 resource for every one that is in that pile. So the more times that happens, the more times it hurts. And now the event says to attempt this skill check, but we don't have to be anywhere specific to do it. But we can't do it with the purple guy because he is actually being interrogated. So we have to get these things taken care of. We need to leave this planet. And you, where do you have? I have.
I have Larson. I'm trying to get back to Larson so I can drop this cargo off.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
What are you? Please don't. Please go to Larson. I already have the cargo to drop off.
Okay. Then, let's see. Then I am going to attempt the check to get off of this planet.
So let's go to the box.
Alright, so I'm going to roll the green dice. Oh, it's an 8. Throw off. And we get to move off the island.
The planet.
The planet.
Alright, so let's go back to the board.
Okay. So I move off the planet, and I can move my character, but he's already here, so I get to use my action to jump to another planet. So I'm going to jump to Larson. That's going to end my turn. Now it's cleanup phase. We're going to go here. Lose that. The UO is not on the thing. I get to use my ability that looks at the thing. And we will play it as such.
And exchange coin, but
your turn.
We're not worried about that.
So you draw a card?
Yep. Draw a card.
Are you keeping your hand limit too?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you have to discard down to 5 cards at the end of the turn.
Yep. Alright. I'm not moving. So I'm going to drop off of this cargo.
And that's going to pay us how many resources?
3.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a big payout. So, now that we've done our first cargo drop off, we can now flip this card once the first cargo has been delivered. So we'll flip it over. The cargo you are carrying turns out to be stolen time travel module.
Now that's a continuation of the story and the graphic novel.
So you still get this cargo that you turn in, but now the original cargo you were carrying from the story is now continuing through these cards, and you must hide it on Earth before you are destroyed by the UO. If the UO ship catches you with this face up on the board, the crew loses the game immediately. Action. When Liberty is on Earth, you may attempt the skill check below. If successful, move this card to the bottom of the stack and reveal objective card 2, which then will be the next one in the sequence. So let's get back to planet Earth.
Okay.
So do I still get my moves, or do I lose those because
you
of...
move it, because that's...
But I can use my action as a movement, yes?
No, that was your action.
What was my action?
Dropping off
dropping
the
off.
cargo.
Yes, that's right.
So now it's cleanup phase. This goes back. And then what else happens? UO moves. He discards down to 5.
And I forgot to put a cargo on April.
Discards down to 5.
And I only have 5.
And coin gets passed. It's my turn. I draw my cargo card. One goes on to Togepi.
Togepi?
And then I'm going to use my movement here. And then I'm also going to use my action here, which lets me move again. And now I'm going to end my turn. It's cleanup phase. This happens. UO. I have 4 cards. I'm good. I'm going to use my cleanup ability here. And we're good.
Now we're just racing back to Earth so we can bury this damn thing.
There we go. There are 2 cargoes, so we don't have to worry about that event that's out there.
Me?
Yep.
Me turn?
You draw.
Does this make him move faster if he comes out? He cannot move to planet board space. Oh, okay. Well,
What's this one say?
We can't move to anywhere that has an I if the UO is out. We can't go there. Or we can't go there, period. What's it saying?
Well, this card is on the board. So we cannot move here.
So we can't go to Earth?
Nope. So it looks like we actually do need to make our way that way instead.
Well, poo. Okay, well, I'll move us back this way then. Now that we just
Do you want to
realized-
move this guy over here so you can get an extra action?
Yeah. Because I'm going to have to take us to April.
And that will be your action. UO's not out.
Yep, so we have to get our person so that we can make the check for the purple on here to get rid of this so we can go back to Earth and not get caught with this, I'm going to call contraband.
1 goes on Mars. Mars, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just really thinking about
Strategy.
that we're having to come all the way over here.
I'm going to do my
And then
movement
we're going to go all
here.
the way back over.
And
And if he pops out, he's right on top of us. Oh, hello, guys.
I know.
Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah.
My mothership.
And then I'm going to use this to do an action to move, which I have to win a skill check to do so. So we're going to go to the board and do that, the box and do that.
Alright, so now let's attempt this check here. 6. Yay, 6. Alright, so let's go back to the board and
Well,
jump on-
actually, we'll just stay right here.
Oh, yeah.
So he moves on to into the UO. Now you want to attempt a check of 2 dice to release them.
Oh, okay.
You can just choose the black or something.
How about yellow?
Okay.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and
Oh
yellow.
Lord.
Oh no! 5, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, failed.
What was it?
5 and a 3.
Mm.
It stayed at a 3. So back to the board.
Okay, so we do wrap up phase for Tim. We lose a resource. The UO is not out yet. And you discard down to 5. Are you good on your cards?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Because I used my resource card.
And now it's my turn. And this is not good because we know that UO pursuit's here. And so what happens with this is UO comes and reaches us.
Pew, pew.
So we roll a dice to see if someone goes. 3. Number 3 goes. Which is
red.
Oh, are you 3? Nope. Yep, it's red.
Oh! I told you it was going to be red because that's who we need for this check.
So now red.
Oh, we lost.
What happens is that one
We
automatically.
lost.
What?
He caught us with the thing. See?
At Earth or?
No, it says
Oh.
it says you must hide it on Earth before you are discovered by the UO. If the UO ship catches you with this card face up on the board, the crew loses the game immediately.
We lost the game immediately. You're correct.
He caught us with the contraband. We were trying to save him to unlock this card so he could go to Earth.
That was a bad setup. Oh well.
So
this is 2 for 2. We've played this game and lost, so it is very difficult, but that adds fun.
Yeah, so that makes us want to play it more and more because we're still on Adventure 1 and have not made it through. So to continue the story, we need to make it through this first, and that's what gives it a lot of playability is all the losing and everything. So we've shown you guys everything. This was completely a new thing where we were here at his spawn point, I guess if that's what you will call it, and actually lost. And I wasn't even thinking about that. We just trapped ourselves. That's all we did.
Yep.
Because we knew that was coming out because you checked those 2 cards.
But we couldn't come here because of the eye.
So
it was just a bad.
That was an awful go. So we will.
Now we want to.
Resources didn't even really mess with us on that.
We want to add to you, tell you something here. If you go into the red, over here.
Yes.
Anytime you're at a location with an eye, for every eye you have to -1 on your rolls.
That's each die. So if there's like, if you're at Vern, so let's simulate this. You're at Vern, and let's say there's 3 eyes there.
To get a check of 5, you have to roll at least an 8.
And you roll these. And each die, you have to -3 from each die. Not the total, but each die. So both of these would fail. So yeah, you would have to roll an 8 or higher. Now, if you have these on here,
oh Lord,
then you might as well just not even do anything at Vern because you're not gonna make it. There's no way to even do that if that's the way it was going on. So
that was the general playthrough. Now we'll go and tell you what you think about what we think about the game.
Yeah, we're gonna tell you what you think.
Yeah, we'll tell you how to think about it.
All right. So I will let Anna start off with her thoughts of Space Movers.
I want to do a dance, cheer, go woo, because I love this game, and we decided yesterday that we were going to tell all of you, if you don't back this game, you
don't know a good game when you see one.
Right.
This game has got everything. The components are awesome, even though they were prototype. We had to send the game back, which we didn't want to. We actually wanted to keep it.
Yeah, we wanted to play it with our group.
But we didn't argue it, so we did. It is actually on the porch waiting to be picked up. So
we can still go snatch it, but
yeah.
Kevin and April.
Yeah, we lost the return label. We're sorry. No, not really. It's being delivered, so.
Now if it doesn't show up for some odd reason, they're
gonna think
we went and grabbed it.
They're like, well, they even sent us a letter that said, inside the review, it says for doing the review that we would get a final copy, so there's no reason for us to keep it, but
I don't want to go without it for this.
The only thing we have is the comic book for now, which I don't know a whole lot about because I didn't read the comic yet.
I did.
So the cargo that we were originally carrying, I have no clue what it was. I didn't even know we had it. She goes, oh, that's a cargo we already had. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I need to read the story.
How many times I told him to read it before we started playing? Did you read it? No. Did you read it? No.
If you want to understand what's going on in the beginning of the game, read the story.
Yeah, read the comic book. It's short.
I never had a game that I thought... there's never been a game that had a full comic book and then continue the story. Like, it's kind of cool, and I'm hoping that they'll come with like map packs or something, or adventure packs, and then it'll just keep going and going and going, and then you can do like a subscription or something. Kind of like what Paizo does with their ACG games and their RPGs and stuff like that. That would be really cool for this game. This is a very good foundation for a storyline to continue and continue. And then maybe they could bring in another big box with new characters, introducing new characters. Or doing a whole new series of a comic book story, big box, whatever. Because every story has to have an end, so this box could be go on for a couple years and then it quits and then they pick something else up and go with it. I don't, it's a very good foundation to start with.
Well, I know like a lot of games that are based off of a movie or a show. Like, I know you all are Firefly fans, and we've not played the game because we haven't watched the show. So
I tried watching the show. It just wasn't visually enhanced enough for me. Must be Spielberg's work.
We had like, Sons of Anarchy, the show, and you want to pick characters that you know and like.
Yeah.
And when we play games, we look at character abilities.
Like right now.
But after reading the comic, I felt like I knew these characters. You got to know every single one of them. You knew their backstory, kind of. And you got like this idea of what their personality is. And I was like, I want that one. And I chose, what's his name? Gru or Grub or something like that. The little alien guy. Because he was like a little smartass talking to him in alien. Like, you never know what he says, but you gather that he's just sitting there yelling at the other guy. And so like, it was a lot of fun. And so I felt like I had that basis of like knowing these characters from like a show. And that was fun because a lot of times you're like, oh, here's the strapping handsome guy, here's the nerdy guy, here's the gothic girl. Sorry, there was a car and I thought it was my child. Anyways, so it's like, it was a lot of fun. And then you have that comic book that starts you off. And that's great. It's exciting. It's different. And then you get your role mechanics, which are
Yeah, like mine's
crazy.
a healer. But I only pick my characters off of...
No, I'm not talking about characters. We're talking about role now. How you roll the dice.
But you kept going and wouldn't let me talk about my
Oh,
character.
talk about your character.
But anyways, I picked the character where it's actually two characters, but they're compiled as one, as Med A and Herbie, and they actually have, like, their initials actually mean something, and I can't remember.
They have a full name.
Yeah, and then I picked those because of past characters I know kind of represented in these two characters. I can't remember what the one little robot's name was in the whatever movie that was, High Voltage something brother. I don't know. Anyway, so based off of that character, and then the other one, it kind of reminded me of like R2D2 and then 3CPO. So it kind of reminded me of those two being together all the time. So I was like, oh yeah, these guys are cool and they're robots, and it's kind of cool because when you flip your car over, we are damaged, not injured, because we're machines. Everyone else is injured because they have some kind of a flesh, whether it be alien or human. So based off of past characters I've seen from other places, just everywhere, that's why I picked the robots. So, what were you talking about? The roll mechanics?
Yeah, the roll mechanics. You saw how we roll the dice in the box. And you can change die rolls by hitting another dice. Like, I saw their Kickstarter video, and they were like, we have a new mechanic that will change everything. And I thought, yeah, okay, let's see it. And then they were like, it's the box. You roll the dice in the box. Oh, cool. And then I saw them hit another dice with a dice, and I was like, oh my god, like, it was one of those, like, mind-blown moments. Like, what? I can't wait to play that.
Yeah, we, after I saw that part of the video, that's what actually got me interested in, I think I contacted them and was like, hey, we'd like to do a review for your game. And we're really glad that we did take a look at it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Sorry, Anna had to go tend to Lockley real quick, but she's back now. And so it was kind of cool that it really was a new mechanic. I thought they were just rolling them in the box, and I was like, that's a funny joke. But then they started hitting the dice, and it was like,
yeah,
that is new.
Yeah.
And
it is really hard.
Me and my friends were goofing off one night with dice and hitting them at each other, but we never thought of it being a mechanic in a game. We just had a bunch of dice and we were just throwing them around, and then now to see that it was in a game, to change the roll of another die, and then they have the spots inside the box that if you hit a check mark, it's an automatic
That's
success.
optional. We played with that in the version. I don't know if we actually went into talking about that. There's a blank, not a blank side. It has like the
The logo.
Space Movers box like logo.
Yeah, the front of the box.
And that one doesn't have the checks or X's. And so you don't have to play with that, but he also let us in on a little information that there might be more future box options. So like expansions and stuff.
That would be cool. Like changing the map and terrain of how difficult you could.
Yeah, like changing in the box.
Imagine the whole box. Every other logo it's like checkered board.
Oh.
X's and checks.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an idea. What was the other thing that I was gonna say? Something about. I don't remember. There's something about the box. Oh, the cards. There's some cards that you can play. You can set them inside the box, and if you roll your die on top of the card, it's an automatic success as well. So there's that, and then you have cards that let you re-roll your dice. So not only can you hit the dice and make them change, you can actually pick them up and roll them as long as you play that card right after you rolled that dice. Die.
The art also is something to talk about because it's awesome. Like all the card art, like the event cards and stuff were really pretty. The art on the board, the art on the box, like their art is finished, pristine. I feel like I don't know why they canceled their first Kickstarter, but maybe they needed more of a following, and we think that this has what it takes to be in every game store because it's different, it's cool, it's fun, and it is really, really hard. The game, we played it twice all the way through and we lost both times. We have not beat the game because we didn't have enough time to play it, but it was really hard. And that is what makes a game, as far as a co-op game, good to me. If you're having a hard time beating it, then there's something to say about that. It's not that it's too hard. I saw opportunity where we could win.
I think and maybe whatever, but we wasted resources trying to get into Capri. We wasted those resources. And I said, let's just get to this planet, drop this off so we can flip the first adventure card because we played through it already, so we knew we were going back to Earth. So I was like, let's just come over here, do this, and let's get back to Earth. But Anna wanted to lollygag around, so she thinks she knows what she's doing.
But we had to get that purple guy back to get that check to go on to the next thing.
I know, but we should have done what we could have through the adventure and just went, because we wasted so many resources that even if another event would have came out, we would have lost less by just doing what we needed to. Instead of...
See, but I was looking at the possibility of
because the
return, UO pursuit.
The return of what we picked up was not worth trying to get it Capri that many times.
Yeah.
Like you gotta weigh the return of what it's gonna cost you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
I just didn't want
resource management. That's another thing. Is resource management. You gotta know where to go, when to go there, and is it worth trying to get into Capri? Because you have to check to get in, you have to check to get out. And it's like a hotel. If you're not out by noon, they're going to charge you for that day. So.
But another thing that makes it difficult is you only have one action. So you can either pick up, you can either drop off, you can either try and go for an event check, you could go for a UO pursuit check. You can try and move. You get a move every turn, but...
There's stuff ways around the whole one action because you have your guy that you can move and then that triggers something.
Yeah, but then the other one is only 2 card actions.
So actions kind of stick.
Actions, like, you only get one.
Or stack.
And that makes it really hard. And I think that this game needs to be backed. We think that you need to go and back it.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be backed so that we can film us actually winning a match.
Yeah, so
or
we
winning
can
an
get the
adventure.
final copy. But
what'd you say?
So we can get the final copy.
I thought you said so we can get some final coffee.
Yeah, coffee. Anyways.
No, even if we didn't get a final copy, then I would probably go out of my way to try and buy the one that they have, their prototype, because in that way I would have it on my shelf and I would at least have a copy. Even if it's the only copy, then everyone would have to come to my house to play it. But
like we had moments where we were standing up trying to hit the dice and we were like, "Oh, we did it!" Or
yeah, well, I got really excited because there was 2 dice that were low numbers, and I hit what I've been calling the hammer, the blue squared dice, 6-side, D6, whatever, and would throw it and never hit doubles, but there's one time I hit 2 dice at the same time and they both flipped to a higher number. And that was like really exciting because, you know, it's like your throw had to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, so I'm going to use a football reference, but it's like trying to thread the needle with a football. You know, the quarterback goes back, drops in the pocket, he rears back, gets ready to throw it, and there's 2 defenders coming this way, and his receiver's out here. Okay, so 2 defenders are closing in. He throws the ball right in between the defenders. Guy catches it, and you know, then he's out of there, and it's a touchdown or whatever. But you know, or it's even as exciting as when somebody catches a ball, gets just smashed, but he still hung on to the ball. Like, that's exciting too. You know, it was like that. It was just like sudden impact excitement.
It's we can't say enough good things about the game. The creators are super nice. I had to talk to them about some different rule text that I had questions over.
Yeah, it came down to text messaging. Oh, and we also are a part of the history of the game of it being played in 2 different locations at the same time.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. They were playing at the same time that we were. So that was fun. But they were super nice, and he was able to answer all of our questions. And I just kept telling him, I was like, "This is a great game. Like, it's a great game."
Yeah, it's really cool being a part of a game that should do well. That should do very well. I could see this one being a very hard one to keep off of the table. So I think it's worth every penny that you put onto it, from the characters to everything. I think a cool stretch goal would be those little plastic sleeves to put your character cards in, so they don't get tore up and they'll be good forever.
Now, you know, we've given lots of good reviews on a lot of Kickstarter games, but I think, this is by far the best. I think that it's hard to top this one because of the different mechanics and the art. I mean, just all together, they've got it put together. And I think that this might be...
This is actually, I would say, a finished, ready-to-go game.
Yeah.
It just needs the funding
To be printed.
Mm-hmm. It's like one of those ghost games. It's out there, and you know, and it's the ideas out there, and it is a physical game, but there's only a couple copies of it.
Yep.
And there's only 2 copies. Nobody has access to it because it doesn't have that financial support that it needs. So, I mean, that's the one question everybody's like, why Kickstarter? Because this needs it needs a financial structure. That's all it needs. That's it. Everything else is done.
I could see this game being picked up by Asmodee.
Yeah,
or something like that. Like if they can get funded and they can do this, and I think that they could probably sell their rights to some place like Asmodee.
I think, in all honesty, if they don't get funded in Kickstarter, which I'll be very upset if they don't, but if they sold or even pitched a deal with a publisher, I don't necessarily think that they would need to go to Kickstarter, but they're giving you guys the opportunity to have it first before it goes to that high-priced, whoever wants to print it, publisher, if they want to go that route. I don't even know if it's going to be published after Kickstarter or available. I would hope so. I would like to be on shelves because I think it will look amazing on everybody's store shelf. I know there'll be a couple stores that I will probably be getting a hold of here in Indy. And be like, hey, you guys got to check this out. Check out this project. Check out the new mechanic they've created.
Do they have an option for the store, like a store package?
If they don't, then
we'll talk to them about it.
They'll figure something out.
Yeah, because we've got at least 2 stores.
Contact. I'll give. Obviously, you guys are gonna be watching this, so I will give my stores your guys' contact info, emails as well, at least emails. Because that's the least evasive thing I can give them, is emails and maybe your Facebook page, something like that, and then your Twitter account too. That works, and then I'll have them contact you through that way. So talking to the creators on that whole contacting about the store thing, which I guess I could have just texted him.
So is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, we talked to him. My throat hurts now. Go back this game, enjoy it, play it, film it. It will be awesome. Just the roll mechanics. It's just
Film it.
so much fun. Yeah, film you playing it.
Film playing it, yeah. And then share it with us. Contact us on Twitter or Facebook with the Geeked Up Gaming 1 as our handle on both of those. And our / Geeked Up Gaming 1 from the facebook.com / Geeked Up Gaming 1.
Subscribe to YouTube.
You can subscribe to us. And then if you want, we can take your Space Movers video and we'll put it onto our video section of our Weebly account. That's geekedupgamingreviewgroup.weebly.com. And we will add you guys on there and show all the different people playing it. So, I'm Tim.
I'm Anna.
This is Geeked Up Gaming Review Group, and this is Space Movers 2201. Are you ready for an adventure?